What's up everyone, this is Sam from 64 Wheels, back more diecast, and today we're going to be unboxing 4 2025 Matchbox 5-packs. Yes, even though it is late 2024, the 2025 stuff is already hitting stores. So while I was out Christmas shopping, I found all of these at various local Targets in the southern Ohio area. So if you haven't seen them in your area, just give it a few weeks. I'm sure they will be trucking in no time. So for 2025, it doesn't seem like there's any price increase. They were the same price as they were in 2024. But if you're looking for these packs, a good way to find them on the pegs is that for this year or next year, 2025, Matchbox has changed it a little bit. So you'll see the graphics are now on the right side and the model descriptions are on the left. That was reversed for 2024. So you know, if you're looking down like a row of pegs at the store and see all the artwork going down the right side, you know you probably hit some 2025. So there is a good bunch of cars here. I really like the blend. These two on the left, the Italian Roads and Matchbox Airport 2, these are brand new. These are new cars, new colorations that haven't been done before as far as I know, especially the Airport I know hasn't been done before. There's some really good colors in this one, like that beautiful, like almost like pink Lamborghini and that green Alpha down there, so good. But these two on the right, these have actually been released before. This one, I believe, in the same 5-pack before, same combination of colors and everything, but this one, the convertible cruisers, these all have been released individual in main lines or other lines. I don't know if they've ever been released in a 5-pack before, but these two are re-releases. These are brand new. So good news about new ones. Obviously, you can add new ones to your collections, the re-releases. If you didn't get them the first time, this is your chance to get them again. And if you did find them the first time, it's a repeat. It is what it is. Or you can buy one to save or one to play with, whatever you want to do. So there's some good cars in here. So even though I have a couple of these individually, I still wanted to pick up the 5-pack because that Cadillac is such a great casting. And how can you pass up a lime color McLaren? Like, it's just so good. So we'll go over them real quick and then we will bust them open. So I'm going to scoot them back real quick here so we can look at them one by one. So this is the convertible cruisers. Obviously, this is a line of all convertible cars. We have the Jeep, the Cadillac, the McLaren, the Buick, and the Mustang, all in nice colorations. But again, I think all of these have been released just straight in the main line before. So those will all be re-releases, so we'll bust through those real quick. Now, this one I think was just 5-pack before, like the purple, like little Doom Buggy or whatever this is. I don't remember that being in purple in the main line, so this is probably a 5-pack, like exclusive colorway to this stuff. If not, I probably get it wrong, but I will put it on the screen here if it is a re-release, because this one I just can't remember, but the colorations on some of these are awesome. So that one will be fun to open. Next up, Matchbox Airport 2. So this is a brand new one. All of these have new colorways on them. This one right here, what is it? The hard nose. I wanted to say front nose, but I was like, that's not right. The hard nose. So this has only been released 2 or 3 times in Matchbox history. So this one will be really cool. I don't think I've ever done an unboxing of that one. A great looking tanker truck, the little like tug truck, the airport tug, and then we have the security for Matchbox City Airport, which is awesome, and then a very realistic looking shuttle bus, which is always cool to have, especially if you have the Action Drivers Airport or any diorama for an airport. Very, very cool. So this one is the Italian Road. So these are obviously all Italian cars. So you have that beautiful green Alfa Romeo. That is such a nice car. Another Alfa Romeo, a classic Giulia. That's the GTA, right? Yeah. The Fiat 500, the Fiat, which one is that? 500X, which is the bigger version of it, and then that beautiful pink-purple Lamborghini Miura. So we're going to go ahead and bust open the repeats first. We'll kind of breeze through them, and then we will take some more time and look at the new one. So here is the convertible cruiser. So I'm probably going to do this wrong. I feel like I always open them weird, but that one, finally, it seems like it opened right. So maybe I'm finally getting the hang of this after like 5 years of doing this. So we'll go ahead and breeze through these, and I will look at the package here to make sure I give you the correct name. So the 2018 Ford Mustang convertible, again, all of these have been released, so we won't spend a bunch of time on them. But if you are a Mustang fan, this is a really nice color of this car. Look at the metallic in that paint job. It is crazy metallic. I can't believe how metallic that is under these lights. It is really crazy. So yeah, front and back tampos, convertible top with actually a pretty decently detailed interior for a $1 car. I mean, it's not going to blow you away, but again, these are mainline prices, mainline quality. But if you're a Mustang fan or just am a fan of really good paint jobs, that's an awesome one to pick up. So next up, we have the 1953 Buick Skylark convertible. This is a great casting. It was introduced just a few years ago. This is one of the classic castings. This is like core of what Matchbox does great. An older release, very realistic, a more obscure car. This isn't a 57 Chevy. It's not a Cadillac. It's a 53 Buick. It was probably one of the more, I feel like Matchbox does like the underdog castings, and this to me is what one of those is. So again, really nice interior, and you can tell the extra amount of detail they went to. So right there on the floor side, you can see the chrome, almost like what would be carpet. So they molded the actual chassis on the inside to match the rest of the floor and left it open. That's kind of an awesome detail. Like, really shout out to Matchbox for doing that. But this is a beautiful casting. To me, this is one of those castings for $1. You're definitely getting your dollar's worth. It is just so well done. Absolutely beautiful car. Next up, the McLaren 720S Spider in a very like highlighter lemon lime color. It just supercar colors. Like if you buy a supercar, you're in any town, Los Angeles, Chicago, Miami, this is what you're driving right here. You're driving that super bright color, like stand out in traffic, McLaren supercar. This is a cool casting. I think it's done pretty well. The front stance is not my favorite. I feel like it sits up a little high, but this one also has front and back tampos all around. I think they're decent too. For $1 car, it's got the pad printed tampos. Really good color. Interior is decent on this one too. They all pretty much have the same level interior, which is a good interior because Matchbox does pretty good detail on their interiors. But again, if you missed out on this in the main line, here it is again, your chance to get it along with a bunch of other nice convertibles. So this one, I really like this one. 1975 Cadillac Eldorado convertible. So if you are a Dukes of Hazzard or a Smokey and the Bandit fan, they use this very similar Eldorado in the 2005 Dukes of Hazzard movie for Boss Hogg's Cadillac, and then Big and Enos Burdett in the classic Smokey and the Bandit series had a very similar Cadillac in red, but it was the same body style. So check out the interior. Again, decent interior for this. A really nice casting. I don't think, do they have the... I wish they had the scale on these because this is a big monster land yacht of a car in real life. I know the Auto World, like there is a, what is it, 75 or 77, they have a very like true to scale Cadillac, and it's just a touch longer than this. So my guess would this would be like 60th scale maybe, I don't know, or 70th scale. It's just slightly small, but it's done very well. So you get those nice silver paint lines. It says Cadillac or Eldorado right there, and you can read it. Look how nice that is. Man, that's killer. Does it say something on the license plate? No, it doesn't. I thought it did. Unpainted chrome grille front and back. It just looks really nice. And that like almost like eggshell yellow, is that what they call it? It's just a really good casting. So if you're a Smokey and the Bandit fan, definitely shout out and pick that one up. That one would be a good one to customize. And then lastly, we have the 48 Willys Jeepster in a very nice, again, this is like almost like an Easter or spring color. This isn't one of my favorite castings. This is just not a car that's one of my favorites in real life. But look how well those tampos are done. Pad printed is the way to go. I tell you what, look at that. It says Willys on the license plate. I have like styrofoam on me from something. Willys right there. It's got taillights. It's got the little W on the spare tire on the back. If you're a fan of this car, beautiful release. Again, look at the seat belts on the interior. Matchbox does such a good job with these utilitarian cars. Like, just a nice stock version. No crazy tampos. It just looks great. So if you have an older diorama or you're a Jeep collector, this is an excellent one to pick up. So overall, even though those were double releases that we've gotten before, they are still a bunch of stellar lineup of cars. So, all right, let's do the Matchbox Adventure 4. So let's pop these open. These will go good with really any of your off-road playsets like your Volcano, your Canyon Adventure, even construction site, I feel like might not be too bad for some of these because they kind of fit in there a little bit. So again, we will start from the bottom. So this is the Fantasy Casting Matchbox 4x4. It is like their take on what I call like a mudder or a rock crawler combined, like one of those that you see do the hill climbs. Really cool casting. I'm a big fan of this casting because I think the front of it almost reminds me of like an FJ Toyota or Land Cruiser or something, with those huge fenders cut close so the wheels have good articulation on them. And they actually do articulate a little, not like the moving parts Hot Wheels, but good enough to have some fun with. So really nice paint job. Again, I think these are all re-releases as far as I know, but I don't think I bought these the first time around. So this is a new one for me, and I love the paint job. So this is a good one. I really like that blue on that one. All right, next up, we had the Jungle Crawler. These two are excellent fantasy castings based on real vehicles. So I can't remember which one this is based off of. I want to say it's a Studebaker, but it could be a Dodge or maybe taking elements of both. If you know what car this is based on, let me know in the comments, because I definitely think it's based on a real one. But this has a ton of cool detail. It's got that huge grille protector with the headlight protector up front, the winch, the hood latches. It's got that awesome graphic, like look at that, Mountain Cobra Tours. What does that say? It will only sting a little. That's pretty cool. Look at the like snake skin tampos. Those are pretty cool. That huge Cobra. And then it's got gas cans on both sides, which is pretty cool. Definitely a little bit older, kind of like 50s, 60s vibe of going through the Amazon or the jungle or something. Really cool in that nice Matchbox orange paint scheme with the yellow windows. So I can't really see inside too well, but the interior looks pretty good. The seats look decent. Oh, there's a little scratch there with the paint, but overall, not terrible. Again, if you had this release, you don't have to buy it, but if you miss out on it the first time, this is a great pack to pick up. So, okay, the 2006 Dune Buggy. I like this casting. I try to buy it whenever I see it, whether it's in 5 packs, a single pack, whatever. I think they did an awesome job on it, and especially if you like to actually play with your Hot Wheels or Matchbox cars, this is a super fun one to play with. So, white wheels, it's got those big, like, super swampers out back, and look at that paint job. That purple, again, look at the sparkles in that. The metallic is just next level on these. It's got the silver painted intakes up top. 2 of them are painted. 2 of them, or 4 of them have the, like, just the tops painted, which is probably what they're supposed to be. But it does have quite a few colors on it. You can see that suspension up front. I think this just looks like an awesome hot rod of a casting. I'm a big fan of this one. So this is a metal on metal as well. So you get a metal body because it's not a very big body. That is metal and a metal chassis. So not too often we see metal on metal from Matchbox. That is a rarity. So hopefully that means good news for 2025 and we will be seeing more metal on metal because that's always the best because it does have a little bit of weight to it. So if you didn't pick that up in the past, that's definitely a good one. So next up, we have the Land Rover Defender 110. So I want to say this was I remember this release from somewhere. I don't know if it was a 5-pack or if it was just from the mainline years and years ago, but does this have a scale on it? 2015, 1997? No, it does not. So really cool casting. It's got the orange windows, which are kind of molded into some of the top. They definitely they have some metal elements like a toolbox and a gas can, but the rest of it, a chainsaw, it looks like skis, maybe a couple bags, they're molded into the windows. I don't like that, but then it definitely probably cuts costs to make like this isn't all metal. So it helps us get more detail where that could have been just flat if it was metal. So not bad. I like the paint job too. Really good casting. You can see like the little, what do you call that? I can't remember. Snorkel. The little snorkel up top. Really cool casting. Again, Matchbox does an excellent job on these Land Rovers. I feel like they excel in British cars just because that's where like the company was from, but cool casting. All right, next up, the 20 Jeep Gladiator. This is a pretty stock casting. I'm surprised there's not tampos on the front actually. No tampos on the front or rear, but it does have Rubicon. This is like where they make up for that metal on metal Dune Buggy right here. There's no tampos. A little bit of side tampos right there, I guess, on the tail lights, but maybe it was supposed to have headlights. I don't know. Rubicon, Jeep, it's got some okay detailing on it. This one, the interior is okay. It's pretty much the same, but I don't like the flat, like how they did the flat in the front. I wish that was cut out to make it look a little more realistic because like right there, it kind of looks a little funny where on this side, they did a good job with it. So not bad. I'm still wondering if that might be an error, if there was supposed to be tampos on that or not, but it's a decent casting. If you like the Gladiator, that's one to pick up because it is a good version of it. So, all right, let's go to the new ones, the Italian Roads. I'm so excited for that green Alfa. I wish like Alfa Romeos were better quality in real life, like they weren't known for like mechanical gremlins and electric problems, because I would love to get a Giulia, especially one of the what is it? The GTs, or no, the Quadrifoglio? I'm probably saying that wrong. Ignore me when I say that. So, okay. All right, let me do this. Let's do the 2016 Alfa Romeo Giulia. Look at that. That is a beautiful color. Man, Matchbox is absolutely killing it on these paint jobs. It's almost too much sparkle. Like, that is an incredible amount of sparkle. It's like a bass boat or like one of those rides you do at the carnival or the state fair that are just like so like you ride in a car or a boat or, you know, like a little dune buggy or something. But look at that paint job, man, that's good. So it also has a front and rear tampos. Again, not bad. This is a dollar car, so you're getting pretty much all the way around tampos, because there are no tampos on the side. Like, you don't need like race decals or anything. It says Julia there. It's got the little logo, and it is readable, which is amazing. And they even did the black spoiler right there. If you can see that, that's not shadow, it's actually paint. So really nice job on this. I love this casting, even though I feel like the back may be a touch short. I like this. Like, I try to collect all the ones that come out of this one just because I like this car in real life. And man, you can't really beat that green color. It is stunning in real life. The amount of sparkle, it's insane. So then we go back to the old school, the 1965 Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint GTA. And this one is in a very construction zone-ish yellow, but man, this is one of Matchbox's best castings. It is a little on the larger side. This is a small car in real life. My buddy Kenny here locally, he used to have one in this color almost, but it's a very small car. So to have it be almost as big as the sedan one, the modern one, is a little bit of off scale. Let me see if it actually has a scale. So it does have a scale, 159, so it is a little large. Does this one have a scale? Of course not, because it's new. Boo. This one is a little older. This was made 2006, but this thing has held up so well. The lines on this are just, they just nailed it. And just how Matchbox does clean tampos, like, look how beautiful that looks. This is a dollar car. To me, just the front of this looks much more quality than a dollar. This looks like one of the old Leslie Matchbox castings to me, that like where they really took a lot of care and quality to like craft the metal and the grill and like made sure that made it into the casting. It's just, this done so well. So this is, I mean, this is definitely a good one to be on the lookout for. That's just a beautiful car. So next up, the Fiat 500 Turbo from 2019. This, I'm not a big fan of some of Matchbox castings that are so large like this, because it becomes unbelievable when you start to line them up. Like this and this, it's still unbelievable, but when you have a Fiat 500, which is such a tiny car in real life, just absolutely Cadillac dwarfs it. Like, it just, I mean, it's just kind of funny. So even though this is a nice casting, they did a good job on it. The tampos look good. I just think that when it's sitting with a bunch of the other cars, it just looks so ridiculous that it just doesn't match up well. That's my only fault with these, because the Matchbox designers do a good job on the castings. I think the dimensions look great. The casting looks good. I mean, it looks nice. It's just too big for my liking. So it's just, I don't know. Let me know what you think of these. Do you care that they're too big for your city? Like, is this a problem? Because this probably should be not half this size, but at least 2/3 of that size, I think. So probably the same. This one's not as bad because this one's not as small in real life, but this is the 2016 Fiat 500X. So this is like the sedan, more like SUV version of a Mini Cooper, if I'm not mistaken. Or not a Mini Cooper, a Fiat 500. I'm sorry. I'm like getting all the little cars mixed up. But there you can see that little Fiat. It's okay on the grill. The headlights look good though. Nice headlights. Black paint job, pretty standard. You got the Fiat 500 on the back. Tail lights, which aren't terrible. Again, these are dollar cars, so even the detail on this dollar car, that window's really scraped up. The detail on the dollar car still not bad. So I do like the roof rack because it's all metal. So there's a decent amount of metal in this casting. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the car, I think this one is dimensional wise better than the Fiat 500. So, all right, last in the 5-pack, the beautiful 1968 Lamborghini Miura P400S. This is a beautiful car. So let's see on the bottom, 2019. The purple bottom is kind of interesting. It makes it match the paint right there, like the rest of the body. But then when you flip it over, you're like, a purple Lamborghini chassis. But then you flip it over and you're like, okay, I get it. I see why. But this is a very nice casting. So back in the day, Matchbox had a Miura casting way back in the line. I think I have a couple. They redid it and released it a few years ago, and this is done very well. This color, this is how I thought the Alfa Romeo was going to be. It's like it's more like a not a pearl. I don't know what you call this. Just a gloss rather than a metallic, because it doesn't have any metallic shards in it to where it's like sparkling like this one is. See the difference in the metallic versus just like the gloss? But this looks beautiful. This is a really nice color. I love the wheels they did on it. It does have that plastic inner piece, which makes the little side skirts there gray with the interior. The interior looks good. It's got nice like designed seats in it. You can actually see like the upholstery style. Decent dash. It's got the louvered windows. Look at that license plate, pink Lambo. So good. To me, this is more than $1 car. Like this just, if this had better wheels on it, this would definitely be in the $3 range for me. This is just a beautifully, very well done casting, and that color is amazing. Let me know what you think of this one in the comments. Do you like this casting? Do you like this color? I think this color is amazing. Just did a super job, and I think it fits the era and the car pretty well. Awesome. Yeah, let me know what you think of that one too. All right, and lastly, and maybe the coolest, Matchbox Airport 2. So I'm looking forward to getting that hard-nosed one open here, because I don't remember buying that one ever. So I don't know if I have that casting, which is kind of a rarity for me not to have a modern Matchbox casting. So we'll go ahead and look at that one first. So this is the hard nose. So this is like a take on like almost like an airport fire truck, but it's like a fantasy casting almost of it. And look at those huge, I would assume those are water tanks in the back. Like they almost have some like, I don't know, like water bubble looking, but that might just be the casting, but it's working. And there you can see like the little hose, the sprayer is built into the top of the truck. It's crazy looking. So metal chassis right here, and I think everything else is plastic. Yeah, so we have a big green metal chassis in there. You can see 2015 hard nose. So it's a relatively, oh man, I mean, it's 10 years old. I was about to say it's relatively new, but I guess it's almost 10 years old at this point. But this is a really cool casting. Matchbox Rescue City Airport. It's a fantasy casting, but I could definitely see this being a real style truck or taking elements from one. But I love the color combination. I think they did great with the green chassis, actually. I think that works really well in this car, but there's some nice detail on this thing. That's cool. I might have to hunt more of those down and do the whole collection of them. So next up, we have the awesome tanker truck, which we just opened in the, what was it, the aircraft carrier. We got one of those too, so now we have two. There is the jet fuel one. This one is the aviation, which will actually, I mean, you could use this on your aircraft carrier as well. So really nice, that vintage Matchbox logo, which they actually use on a lot of Matchbox products now, including the Action Driver's Line. This is on the airport, it's on the gas station, it's on a couple different things. So real big fan of this. Again, this is that like classic Matchbox orange. It almost matches the box. Look at that. It's just glossy. Really cool. I love that this matches. And that also matches the airport police car as well. This is a security car, but the actual police one, I think that matches pretty well. So plastic chassis, this all is metal right here. Anything you see in orange is metal. And then the tank is plastic too, but that is such a killer paint job. Like on that, I love the graphics. Did a very good job on this. Cool, that will go great at the airport, as well as this, the Runway Wrangler. Love the name. Look at that, fly Matchbox. Matchbox has been killing it with the matching liveries and stuff recently. Look at that, and it says Runway Wrangler right on it. So as the name of the casting, really, really low. This sucker is super low. So this is meant to like taxi airplanes. So if you could pull your airplane up in here, put it on the wheel or whatever, fly it around. I'm sure I'm not doing that right, but this is a cool casting. This whole part right here is metal. There's good detail on the metal and the plastic. Plastic chassis. What year is this? 2014 Runway Wrangler. It's got those big like off-road tires on it. This is just a cool casting. It is. And if you got an airport diorama or a play set, this will go great with it, just to have, you know, a couple of these stacked up in the back next to each other, ready for airport duty. But I really like that fly Matchbox. That looks awesome. Really cool. Okay. Next up, we have the Ford Police Interceptor sedan in the Matchbox Airport Security Support Vehicle. So again, this matches the same livery as this right here, where it has the same like Matchbox City Airport on it, just in different colors. This one, really, I can't buy enough of these police cars. You guys know. Oh, no, is that a scratch? Oh, okay. That I really like police, security, fire, anything utilitarian, because you can always You just use them all over your airport, your city, your dioramas, whatever. You can never have enough of them, and especially for $1, and ones that match are always cool. So it's got that support vehicle on it. It does have a little bit of a messy stripe there, I think on both sides. It's probably the body line got it a little bit, but for $1, again, not bad. Classic police car with the security on it, pretty cool. And lastly, we have the Matchbox Swift shuttle. So this is an airport shuttle, or like a tram. As you can see here, it says AirTram Express, all terminals. Matchbox City Airport, again, that same logo. It's got doors in the back and on the front, in the middle actually, on both sides. This is really well done. The chassis is metal. I like that they did the blue on the bottom. I think it really sets it off. If you've been to any airport or even amusement park like Disney, you probably rode the trams or the shuttles or whatever. And this basically, I mean, looks very close to shuttles I've seen in real life. The front looks a little bit, a little fantasy to me, but overall, like from here, definitely looks like it, especially from the back too, because it has that rear engine design. Now I can't really see in it, but it does appear to have an interior. I've never opened one of these, like interior wise, like drilled it out to see what's in it, but it might be worth it one day just to check and see. But I hate to ruin this one. I would probably find another one because this one has such a cool paint job. It's excellent. I love the steel wheels. It's got the shuttle. Man, it's cool. Let's see. Yeah, we can't see anything down in there. Really cool casting. Now, this is a plastic body, but to me, it looks so realistic. I don't care. I don't really care if it has a plastic body if it's done well, and this is one of those great examples of that. So, boom, we just opened, what, 20 cars? They're all sitting here. I'm going to see if I can adjust this real quick. Whoop. So you can see them all. Let me know which ones are your favorite, which 5-pack was your favorite, which was your favorite individual release, which ones are you going to buy, have you seen any of these? Let me know in the comments because I like discussing with you guys, especially seeing which ones are your favorite and which one is your least favorite too. I would say probably out of all these, my least favorite would be the Fiat, just because it's shaped to like the size is too big. And then my favorite would probably be, I mean, even though I really like the green one, this is such a nice casting. I would probably go with either one of the Alfa Romeos. I really like these two as well. So good in that purple dune buggy. Man, it's hard to pick a favorite. So let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I'll have more videos soon. I have some Hot Wheels 5-packs. I have all kinds of stuff I need to do. So I really appreciate you watching. As always, this is Sam 64 Wheels. Like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.